And even with not being as good as they were the last 2 years, they're still every bit a title contender.
Yeah, do not feel bad for them. I think they had 9 preseason All-Americans, a ton of experience from a year ago. It helped how many players they used in that championship run in 2024. They went 3 deep at the midfield.
They were using a third midfield on championship weekend. Here comes Dupuis down the alley, ran out of an angle, save. Richard Deli, did he get a piece of it? No. So the shot clock at 8. No shot clock reset. Duffy working hard. Feeds to Matten for the goal.
Here's the thing. Owen Duffy knows the magnitude of this matchup against Sean Light. They didn't get to play each other last year. Duffy could care less. He is going to go after any defenseman that tries to lock him up. The Heels up by 1. Chris Wojcik and Ryan Wellner are 2 of the greatest recruiters in the sport. They have it going on in South Bend. I mean, Kevin Corrigan, I don't think he's going to go anywhere. Why would you leave right now? You know, you've been there 3+ decades, but right now you're at the top.
A couple players tangled up. One was Duffy. There's Wilson. Snakes back to X. Playing hangman with Buckner. Matten trying to flash open. Wilson shakes, sizzles, score.
Wow. This deserves a smell you later. I mean, look how he uses the back iron in the edge of the crease to just absolutely shake Tyler Buckner. I mean, Tyler Buckner, you want to talk about an elite athlete. This is a Division I football player. Again, he's subbing in for Matt and some, so they're using a little bit of a rotation. And when you inject a player with quickness like that, you can get him a short stick on a switch. Watch his footwork.
Yeah, working on Gallagher. Now Duffy against Light. So much of Carolina's offense predicated on Duffy and Dom Petramala. Now using the sub game, Harshbarger. You know, Joe Bresci has talked about guys like Harshbarger, Mason Suchek, who's had 4 goals the last 2 games. Some of these younger guys, Ty English, that's going to determine the ultimate ceiling for UNC. Shot from the wing, and that was Harshbarger to English on cue.
Harshbarger has made 2 sweet moves with dishes. One was to Wertheim early in the first quarter. This time, just uses his plant foot and then anticipates where the slide's coming. For a freshman midfielder to have the awareness, Anish, to understand, okay, these short stick defensive midfielders. Let's hear the refs call, Hans.
30 seconds.
He's lucky it's a hold. It should be a cross check. I mean, he's going between his arm and his rib cage, and his stick is completely separated from a hand perspective, right? Like, he is using forceful contact, lunging with that much stick on the rib cage. That should be a cross check.
So a man-up opportunity for UNC. 42% with the extra man this season. Feet in front. And the goal is good. It's Mason Suchek. It is 4-0 North Carolina. This is a rivalry where Notre Dame's won the last 4 games, all by 7 or more goals.
We mentioned how Notre Dame was thumping Syracuse and Carolina the last couple years. I was complaining, saying it should be a 1-minute penalty with a cross check. The hold in 30 seconds.
Their younger players are starting to pop here down the stretch. They've become dangerous in May, even though they don't have the experience.
House money. Let's be honest. Anyone who predicted this outside of this locker room would be lying. Like, I did not see Carolina in this type of position early in the season. Then they lose Peter Tolman, their lockdown defender. They have exceeded all expectations.
Meanwhile, the Irish trying to get on the board. Kavanaugh, step down. There it is. The first goal of the game for Notre Dame comes in the final minute of the first half.
Give it to your best player and let him go. Uses the pick there. There's the discombobulated defense for the first time. They didn't know if they should switch or not. They did not switch. I think
Petramala loads up off the crossbar, boy.
That's a hammer. That is a hammer.
He doesn't have to be 100% with his legs, but he can still do that if you give him time and room.
Yeah, he's got that whip in his stick, and he brings the stick back, and just the release, it's nasty.
There comes Jalen Seymour wheeling down the alley. Seymour stops on a dime, rolls back, feeds Taylor, gets free and scores! He carries that Midas touch. 25th goal of the season for the 6th-year senior.
What did you say when you call his name on a shot, it's a score? Well, Jake Taylor, 55% this season, 3rd nationally. What a sick move where he catches this at first. He knows he can't shoot through the contact. Just takes that one little hitch step up to free his hands. That is a proven goal. Out of stick, because then the stick is broken.
All right, number 10, come on back over. Flag is on blue, 10, hold, 30-second technical foul, reset 80.
So Angrick whistled for the hold.
Carolina on the extra man, 42% on the season. Got to watch Petramala, 77. He's got the lefty hammer. I believe he's a good passer from that lower left spot.
There's Petramala. Petramala from the wing splashes it in. And that end is a long scoring drop for the Heels.
Got the bow and arrow celebration. You can't give him this much room. When Dom Petramala catches the ball and has that much time and room, you know what I love about this too? He's playing a little mind games from an elite release perspective, Anish. He had that 3/4 overhand when he hammered the pipe. This one was direct swooping underhand motion. Dom Petramala, you look at the growth year over year too. Last year, Dom shot 26%. This year he's up to 35. He's figuring it out. He's getting himself in better angles to let that lefty hammer of a shot go.
And if you just look at his shooting in ACC play, first 3 career games in this conference, he shot 2 for 23. Last 3, not including this one, 10 for 22. Chance here for the Irish. Kavanaugh with his second. And now this game is starting to get caffeinated.
This is the early offense. North Carolina has been spectacular in the 6-on-6 defense against the Irish. Hit him in transition. Will Donovan, who's so smooth operating the break. And what a pass by Devin McClain. You mentioned he was the main attacker at Brown running that offense. That's where you see those true guns for the Irish. 22 in blue has been around the block.
Back-to-back national champions, Notre Dame. No team has won 3 in a row since Princeton in the late 90s under the great Bill Tierney. By Harris, the junior from Chicago, D'd up by O'Berry. Seymour defended by Hagerup. Left hand free, and that somehow beat Gianfrancaro, who was surprised as anyone else. Well, we've got a 1-goal game in Chapel Hill.
If you look at Gianfrancaro on this, he doesn't explode to the ball. His base is so wide, he just can't get to the opposite side. Seymour, a right-handed hammer of a shooter, goes with the left on the run. The Irish.
Taylor, backhand. That's a shot. It'll stay with Notre Dame. Buzenkill, the backup. As good as these teams are offensively, they are amongst the best defensively in terms of scoring defense, both in the top 11. Seymour against Salucci. 12 to shoot. Now Kavanaugh. In the crease, flag flies. Let's see what we get here.
This is going to have layers. We're going to get a call here, then there's probably going to be a review.
The goal is good. The push wiped out.
So you feel the defensive pressure if you're Kavanaugh. Falling into the goal mouth is not the issue. It's if it's because of defensive pressure. So he falls in that goal mouth, but that's void. Look how patient Light is. There's no overcompensation.
Dupuis, bounce shot blocked. Loose in front, a sea of blue. Buckner out of the scrap heap, lost it. Carolina gets it back, fresh 80, because Notre Dame had established possession. All right. 3 of the 5 Carolina goals have been with the extra man, so settled set. How do they get offense?
Got to come from the midfield.
Levy toward the cage, flag down. They'll debate if the goal is good. The goal is good by Levy.
We're getting our money's worth with these tight calls around the crease. So they're going to call push there too because the flag is down. He lands in the goal mouth just like Kavanaugh, but it doesn't matter because it's because of defensive pressure. Buckner lunges.
Same ball, a chance to tie with less than 90 seconds here in the third. We have NBA playoff coverage on the ESPN Network's quadruple header action with the Clippers, Nuggets, Pistons, Knicks, and then over on ABC we cap the night with Luka and LeBron, the Lakers and the T-Wolves. Hagerup tries to match feet with Jeffrey. Over to the wing, nifty move. Kavanaugh with his fourth. Put that one on Sports Center.
Masterful. Speak to the crowd, 50. He is willing his way to pay dirt. And what creativity, agility, and smoothness around the middle of the field. Look at the emotion out of Chris Kavanaugh right now. Syracuse blew out Notre Dame a couple weeks ago. He went down swinging. He's always in big spots.
4 goals today. 140 for his career. And Kavanaugh in 5 career games against North Carolina now. 16 goals, 5 assists.
And put it to rest. Everyone was wondering, what's Chris Kavanaugh going to be like? He's a wing righty scorer. What's going to be like without Pat? Well, he's ran this offense. He's shown you an elite ability to pass the ball, too, at 19 assists coming into this game. But the goal scoring is still there. He's got the Monster X on his back, getting everyone's best matchup.
Notre Dame looking for its first lead. And there it is! Wilma Harris, the Irish, down 4-zip at one point. Now have a 7-6 lead in the final seconds of quarter number 3.
It goes from 0 offense for 29 minutes to an absolute onslaught. Wilma Harris, former attacker in high school.
Today have a chance unsettled in transition.
0. Really, right? I mean, they haven't been hitting in transition at all. We've seen Notre Dame hit in transition off the face-off in one of those Kavanaugh goals where Will Donovan kicked it to McLean, passed across crease to Kavanaugh. I'm just really impressed with Notre Dame's ability to like wash and rinse that bad lacrosse for 29 minutes, right? And defensively, they did a good job. Let's not make any mistake about it. The defense did their job in the first half, but the offense was absent.
Well, not anymore. 6 goals in the third. Jeffrey, that one played back to Faison. Maneuvering on Barton, question mark with an exclamation point.
There's some little subtle stuff going on here, Anish. When he gets up to the island in 5 and 5, 5 yards out, 5 yards up, it's the in and out on Barton. That little in and out. You see that jab flimsy, but Levy is a big physical presence. He's got to go.
Levy dusting Ramsey, miscommunication, and another North Carolina turnover.
I think Levy thought the crease option there was going to be a little higher, but I thought Levy could have taken that in himself, right? Just be a little bit more selfish with the ball, continue upfield and hammer it with your right hand.
It was 4-1 Carolina at halftime. Jeffrey, he's got some speed. Oh, dusting, Scott, he scores! Straight line speed with a little shake.
Maybe Marcus Freeman's watching right now and saying, Matt Jeffrey, run a stop and go. Here's the stop, there's the go. That's ridiculous. That is just an athlete who's using his feet and his body like
English. When does UNC slide? And now it's Ashheim. Kavanaugh gives it up. Seymour against Salucci. Down the alley. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. 9.5 to play in regulation. 4-goal afternoon for the last of the Kavanaugh brothers.
If you look at his 4 goals, too, none were the same. He's really evolved his game.
Seymour turns the corner and paints the corner.
You know what's interesting, Anish, when I was watching him a little bit last year, and then early in the season, I'm like, righty guy who needs a lot of time to get his shot off. He had a beautiful take lefty on the run for a goal in the third quarter. Now in the fourth quarter, he uses his natural right hand. This is with the attackers going after the close defenders and the goalies. And then they're a little bit softer in that middle section, and then they press again. It's like pressure,
Catch
soft
your breath.
pressure.
Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly.
There's Harshberger. He's been quiet. Spins back to his right. Redodges. Dumps it to Duffy. He'll launch. Richard Deli the save. That felt like a poker player on tilt a little, didn't it?
Yep.
Ramsey splitting the defense, gets inside and scores. Piper, yes.
The bag Piper strikes again. That's 2 weeks in a row. He's gone end to end from his defensive midfield position to smell and pay dirt. Ben Ramsey just rushes through the pressure of the defense in North Carolina.
They have Syracuse next week, and the outcome of that game will help decide who's the 1 seed in the ACC tournament. Now, the big thing with the ACC tournament, there's no automatic qualifier. So it's really an RPI boost for the 4 teams involved. Duke and Virginia will battle it out for the last spot. Empty net goal in McLean adds a little extra punctuation. It's 12-6.
You know, I thought prior to last year, a few years before 2024, they were doubling up ACC games and there was no ACC tournament. I thought, oh, that might hurt you if you play in the ACC tournament. Kevin Corrigan said,